transition I was not waiting on, or expecting, rather. The stream just came on. You may want to restart the song from the start. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let's do this again. Very cool. Very, very cool. So at first I was like overwhelmed by the amount of bass that was happening there. But somehow it almost like started to kind of like, man, it was very bassy, but it worked. I don't know how it worked, but it did. So, and it gave me sort of like this new age, not new age, but like a new, what's the word I'm looking for? It was like a jazz fusion style type. Very, very cool. Very cool. It reminded me a lot of one of my current favorite bands that's out there. If you even want to call it a band, they're like a whole nother beast. But they are called 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗧𝗵𝗃. If you have not heard of them, you need to go check them out. They're absolutely amazing. But this definitely had like a 𝗧𝗵𝗲 feel to it. I loved it. Kudos to you, man. And there was enough interest being built throughout the entirety of the track that I didn't lose interest, and I still had my head bobbing the whole time, which that's huge. I mean, you gotta take all those things into consideration. So great job, man. Up next is Harp Gypsy with the song Astronauts. And this was done completely in Cakewalk, which is a plus. Very cool. Let's give it a listen. I may have to initiate the
ocean between us is only skin deep. It doesn't matter where we've been, it's what we keep. Spend most my time waiting for the lights to go out. You rescued me from outer space, you showed me how to love. Maybe we're just one more star beneath the sky, beneath the sky. No matter how many times nothing feels like you and I, like you and I. We're astronauts, we're puzzle pieces. You're all the ways, you're all my reasons, and I will seek you out. I feel you in the morning, right before I fall asleep. When I'm defying gravity, when I'm on my knees. Maybe we're already home, but we can't see the lights inside, the lights inside. Can you just stay with me tonight? I won't fade away this time, away this time. We're astronauts, we're puzzle pieces. You're all the ways, you're all my reasons, and I will seek you out.
Very cool. Very cool. It looks like the song has a little bit of a space here, and then something else is going on. I'm not sure if this is part of the song or not. I'm just going to fast forward to it. Looks like that might have been included in there on accident. Like maybe it was a extra part of the track that was added in there. And 𝗏𝗏, as we have pointed out in the chat, and as I did notice, this is your first submission. So we will definitely give you a big round of applause for that. It's never easy to put yourself out there and to, especially in front of a group of people, and to expose yourself like this, to, you know, put your feelings on your sleeve and just get out there and do it. So kudos to you for that. You're in amongst a group of people who are willing to encourage you and help you along the way. If I had some professional feedback for that, it would be that the VST instruments were just a little bit too VST-y. And probably you could have used a little bit of reverb and a little bit of saturation to sort of liven them up, make them feel a little bit more natural and real. And of course, some delays and things like that. But for this being your first submission and for you giving a stab at it, it was really great. I mean, your voice is amazing. I would love to hear a little bit more reverb and delay on your voice, maybe for this particular song. Definitely keep up the good work, though. And I would actually implore you to join the Discord server, put this song out there in the collaboration request tab, and see if you can't get some individuals that would come up alongside of you and help you to add some instrumentation to that. We have a lot of talented individuals in the Discord server that play these instruments like the real instruments. And what you'll find is not only will it add to the production elements and to the production value, but it's also going to provide maybe even some new directions that you didn't even think it was going to go when people start adding their own creative flares to it. And the motto around here is, we can dream alone, we can create alone, but together we can achieve so much more, for a reason. Because as we have seen time and time again throughout the years, when individuals have collaborated with each other in this community, they have created some masterpieces. It's been amazing, myself included. I had songs that would have been okay, but then whenever I turned them over to some other hands, when they came back and I released them, they were, in my opinion, masterpieces, because I was not the only one doing everything in it. So it's really cool that you stumbled across this community, because this is a safe place for you to grow and to get better at what you're doing and to get encouragement along the way, instead of people, kicking you in the teeth. Up next, we got Tim Conley. It's been a while, Tim. We're excited to hear this one. Come on, step hour, let's go. Step out, let's go. Sorry. Come on, step out, let's go. There we go. All right, let's give it a listen.
If you're feeling kinda low and you don't know where to go, then you can stroll along with me. Come on, step out, let's go. Don't have to be afraid, baby. Just put a smile on. Come on, step out. What do you got to lose? What do you
There it is. Very cool. Very cool. Excellent song, Tim. As usual, knocked it out of the park. I think the only thing that I would have loved to have heard was a little bit more reverb or delay on those guitars, just to kind of like push them back in the mix just a bit. Other than that, yeah. Should we expect anything less from the folks around here? I mean, you guys rock. Let's just admit it. Let's just admit it. You guys are the bomb.com. Up next, we got 𝗧𝗵𝗃 𝗧𝗃 for you. Looks like a short song. That's interesting. Let's give it a listen. Ooh, wow. It sounds like it's right in my face. Gorgeous. Wow. Okay. That, I told him to do something outside of his wheelhouse. A song with no words and a lot of strings is definitely outside of his wheelhouse, but man alive, that was amazing. However you did that, dude, you nailed it. You nailed it. Knocked it out of the park, because I'm not even sure how to explain what those strings were doing to me emotionally. What is it about strings? If you leave it here in the chat, let me know. What is it about strings you think that just seems to grip the soul? It almost seems. I don't know. It's like a song can be going along just fine, being happy and happy-go-lucky, and all of a sudden some strings jump in and it takes on a whole new life. I don't know. I'm under the impression that of all of the instruments that will be in heaven, along with guitars, of course, there's going to be strings, lots of strings. All right. Let me make sure I get this one all in there, because there was quite a lengthy. There we go. Okay. Just making sure that you guys can see all the backstory here that was left. And it really helps me to not have to read them all out loud. It pulls on the heart strings. Listen at this guy. Okay, so up next is Mark George, The Sculptor's Hands. I'm already intrigued. stuff happening. Well, that was cool. Was not expecting that ending. That was a nice little ending there, by the way. I love those little surprise endings when a song just kind of does stuff like that. As usual, excellent work by Mark George. A little more techno sounding. Well, I guess it's kind of synonymous with what he normally does, but I don't know. This time it sounded just a little bit more punchy, a little more beefier. I think he's had some heavy influence from that Crackly Software guy. Great job, Mark. Up next is Michael Fitzgerald, a.k.a. Old Bell, with The Dust. All right, let's check this out. Ooh, I hear some 12-string in there. The mix on that is absolutely amazing.
It was the faith of our fathers and those who fought and died. It was the prayers of our parents and the tears that they cried that kept us safe when we were children, when God was the key to our survival. But now you can see the fall of America in the dust on the covers of our Bibles.
Wow. Huge.
Does anyone still remember when we were taught the golden rule? I believe everything went downhill when they kick God out of school. And now they silence our children when they mention the God who has no rival. You can see the fall of America in the dust on the covers of our Bibles. Wow. We are living in a generation where right is wrong and wrong is right. And if you look across this nation, it seems we're losing the fight. And what about the future for our children? We must pray for their revival, because you can see the fall. You can see the fall. I've seen it in my own life. You can see the fall of America in the dust on the covers of our Bibles.
Wow. Holy smokes, man. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, you literally almost reduced me to tears on that one. And it's so true. The message is so true. If you look back through the statistics, and people can say whatever they want to say, but if you look back statistically, when in the late 60s, early 70s, when God was began to be removed from the school systems, when they got upset, started taking Bibles out of the schools, when things became taboo that at one time were just openly accepted by a Christian nation, we seen teen pregnancies shoot through the roof, the number of STDs shoot through the roof, broken homes with only one mother or one father, they shot through the roof. Back during the 50s and the 40s, the main thing that people were getting in trouble with at school was chewing gum and talking. After the 60s, it was bringing guns into schools and hurting one another. So within the recovery community as well, this is an area that I've been inundated with for the last year and a half. There is a recovery rate of 75+% of individuals who join a faith-based program versus those who do not. Those who join a 12-step or an AA or NA that does not promote Christian values or faith, is not added into the curriculum, there's a dramatically lower recovery rate. So you can say whatever you'd like to say. You can feel, you're entitled to your feelings. You're entitled to your emotions. You're entitled to say what you want to say. This is America for a reason. But at the end of the day, when God is introduced into anything, whether it's family, whether it's a marriage, whether it's school systems, a country, a nation, they will prosper. They will stand. They will be able to withstand the evils of this day. Are there the outliers? Are there hypocrites? Are there? Yes, there always will be. The hypocrite will be with you always, the scriptures say. But you can either look at the hypocrite and you can say, I'm not going to be a part of the family of God because that one person. Or you can say, that's what I'm not supposed to be. I'm going to live so hard for Jesus, and I'm going to live so close to him that I look the exact opposite of that so that I can show the world what a true Christian is. Whew. And you know, with with everything that's going on in the world right now, our only hope is Jesus Christ. I will say that without any equivocation. Our only hope is Jesus Christ. It's not in Donald Trump. It's not in the next president. It's not in who is sitting in the House of the Senate. It's not in who the next American Idol is going to be. It's not in. Our only hope is in Jesus Christ. Now, it is God who exalts and it's God who abases. And I will leave my political views out of this, but if you are going to go and you're going to vote, make sure you're voting with your conscience in mind. You're not just voting because of what media is telling you. Open up your Bible. Get that dust off the Bible. Well, whew. I'll get off my soapbox now. That was a really good song. Thank you for the inspiration, Michael Fitzgerald. You are an inspiration to us all. Thank you so much. Up next, we have Crackly Software, New Day Final. I'm assuming this is not the Armageddon of a new Armageddon, but this is the final mix of the song New Day. Let's check it out. Interesting. Very cool. Oh, wow. I don't know if something can be subtle and abrupt at the same time, but it just happened. That transition was amazing. Very cool.
Please stay. Oh, find a way. Oh, please stay. Oh, find a way.
So very cool. So very cool. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a good example of how to use AI in music. As you noticed, this isn't something that he has just completely let AI write for him. As you read in the description, he actually went and, he wrote the lyrics himself, and then he just used AI to help him sort of get past those hurdles, those, creative hurdles that we all get into sometimes. Excellent. In my personal opinion, whether AI was used or not, excellent. And, I know there's some of those purists out there who are saying we shouldn't use AI at all because of various reasons. I see both sides of the stories. I do. But if you can get past a hurdle and get a song off of your chest and get it out there for the world to hear, with the help of something to aid you creatively, why not? Like, that doesn't even make sense not to. If you are a songwriter or a producer or someone who writes music in any kind of format, you know how important it is to get that song that's burning in your brain right now out and onto paper or into physical, tangible form quickly so that you can get to the next one, because usually what happens is they come sort of like in clusters. At least that's how it happens for me. Like, I get no songs, and then like all these songs just drop in my lap all at once, and I'm like overwhelmed. Like, how am I going to get all these done? Well, AI can help you to get all them done. All right. That was refreshing. There's been so many good songs that we've listened to today. This one here is a song, individual that won a song feature. His name is Con, and this song is called More Than Just Friends. Let's give it a listen. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and enable the T-Rax because it looks like it's not been mastered. That's completely fine, but this will just help us to hear it a little bit better.
I've always been the quiet one, a shadow in the crowd, a lonely heart since childhood, lost in thoughts not loud, dreaming of a future where I would find someone to see, beyond the awkward silence to the real me. Then I saw you at the coffee shop, you smiled lit up the day, you took the time to notice in your own kind way. Oh, how do I move forward? How do I make it start? When every time you look at me, you're still in my heart. I feel good with you, it all makes sense. Let's find out if we could be more than just friends. You ask about my story, sparkling with care. A pleasant conversation that I wish I could share. Dreams that I've been hiding, all the hopes inside. I'm scared to break the silence, scared to take that ride. Every morning's rider when I see your face, but I'm stuck on the edge, afraid to leave my place. Oh, how do I move forward? How do I make it start? When every time you look at me, you're stealing my heart. I feel good with you, it all makes sense. Let's find out if we could be more than just friends. So here I am, standing on the edge, waiting for a sign to step out of the shadows. Maybe you will be mine. I feel good around you. Let's see where this can go. Cause it'll be a sad song if we never knock. Oh, how do I move forward? How do I make it start? When every time you look at me, you're stealing my heart. I feel good with you, it all makes sense. Let's find out if we could be more than just friends. More than just friends. More than just friends. More than just friends.
All right. So not bad. Not bad. For your first go at it in Cakewalk, that's not bad at all. My first song didn't even sound half as good as that. So there's that. Keep it up, man, because you're on the right track. It's just a matter of learning everything that's at your disposal. So the T-Pain effect on the vocals didn't really do it for me. I know there's others here in the chat that some felt like it was suitable. Others felt like, but honestly, it was overdone so much, I feel like, that it made it hard to hear the lyrics. And in most songs, the lyrics are sort of the star of the show. They're the ones that need to be heard the most. That's your message you're trying to get out. So other than that, the background music itself, from what I could hear of it, with all of the weird effects on the vocals, 𝗧𝗵𝗲, man alive. Yeah, I just went through one of those myself. Sorry, squirrel. With that being said, though, keep up the good work. Keep trying. Maybe reduce some of that effects on your vocals just a little bit, so that individuals can actually hear what it is that you're singing. All right. So up next, this is a surprise song. As some of you who are involved in the Discord chat, you've seen that I just posted a collaboration. I said there was an individual who needed this song to sound a little more country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than Robert's song, the long-awaited country song that DJ and 𝗧𝗵𝗲 and pretty much everybody in this entire chat has been saying, because I've been telling people for years, right? If you want to get better at your craft, write something outside your genre. I've also told people for years that I'm not a big country fan, which is odd because I love bluegrass and I love Southern gospel, which is about as country as you can get. But let me clarify, okay? There's like skinny jeans country, and then there's like Merle Haggard. Like, I can handle some Merle Haggard, some Randy Travis. I can handle some, there's individuals out there that definitely I can handle. So I'm not completely against. But what has really stifled all of this is, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys, like, so over the years when the business was in full swing, I was on Skype calls. I was on live streams. I was making courses. I was putting so much effort and energy into helping other people write their songs and complete their songs and finish their works that it was almost impossible for me to write my own. And every time I would sit down to do that, I was always being influenced by the 300 other songs that I was helping other people work on. So it was kind of like I was being overwhelmed, and I was literally was like, and this is of no fault of your guys's, but I was, well, if any of you know me, like I think you do, when I do something, I throw 110% into it. And so when it came to that aspect of it, I was throwing 110% into it, and I was not leaving any of my reservoir for myself. So, a couple of months ago, I was really kind of getting down in the mouth. because I'm dealing with individuals who are going through addiction, and I'm dealing with individuals who are dealing with alcoholism and all of these traumatic mental health issues. And so with all that being said, like, if you don't take self-care, like, it adds up quickly. So for you, 𝗧𝗵𝗃, if you're getting involved in that field, like, make sure you schedule some days for self-care. Like, just turn the phones off, go out in nature, do something to recenter yourself, because it will take its toll on you. And it started to. And I remember I was sitting in the living room, and nobody else was here. I was going to have some prayer time. And I looked up at the picture of my grandma, and I'm going to try not to cry on you guys. Hold on. Anywho, as I'm looking at that picture of my grandma, I don't know, I just started having like these feelings were returning back to me of those times when over at grandma's house, I would spend the night. I would get up early in the morning, and I could tiptoe into the living room, and I would find her the same way every single morning. She would have that Bible opened in her lap with a cup of coffee next to her, and she would be praying while she was reading her Bible. And I don't think she will ever know the impact that those prayers had on me. And as I'm thinking about that, and grandma was always sort of my center, the person that brought me back to my sort of my North Star, if you want to call it that. As I'm looking at this picture and praying, like, these words to the song literally just fell in my lap. The song itself pretty much wrote itself. And that's when I knew, like, I was getting just a little bit of a tug, a little bit of a push from heaven, from my grandma saying, hey, it's time for you to get back to your roots and start writing some music again. And because she was always my biggest fan. Anytime I wrote a song, grandma wanted to hear it. And she would just make it over, even if it was the worst song ever. It was the best song she'd ever heard. And so without further ado, this is the song that I have recently written. It's called Grandma's Prayers. And it is a country song. It's as country as I could get it anyway. I already have a country accent just due to the fact of where I live. So I can't escape that. And I've even had people tell me, like, man, you got a southern drawl. Like, it's crazy. I don't notice it until I hear myself on a video, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So just bear with me, guys. This is my attempt at country. Let's give it a listen.
The sun was casting rays across that dusty windowsill, and the early morning haze was hanging over the field. And I can still recall old grandma with that Bible on her knee, as she was tugging at her glasses, just straining to see. While I reverently approached her, and I made myself a seat. With a tear she took my hand and smiled at me. She was talking to Jesus, he was talking through her to me. And I can still recall those words so soft and sweet, precious prayers that meant so much to me. She'd say, I thank you for the mercy I clearly don't deserve, and I thank you for the grace to know that I can never earn. I thank you for your love that goes on until the end of time. When I think of all that I am thankful for, Lord, I'm thankful that I am yours and you are mine. Many sons have said sin so great he has went home, and what I wouldn't give just to call her on the phone. There's so many stories I love to tell about how those precious prayers that she prayed
I clearly don't deserve. And I thank you for the grace I know that I could never earn. I thank you for your love that goes on until the end of time. When I think of all that I am thankful for, Lord, I'm thankful that I am yours. You are mine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the unveiling of the song. If you would like to get in on maybe laying some tracks down on this, maybe you hear a solo, maybe you hear, I've left some room in there purposely for that. If you're interested in, maybe you can play a better slide guitar than I could, because mine was just kind of thrown in there. I don't know, maybe you can play some mandolin. I'd love to hear some mandolin in the back of that. Just kind of adding to that, at least on the second verse, adding to that like train feel of it. When I showed this to a lady at work, you know, she said, how in the world did you take what sounds like to be sort of sad lyrics about your grandma passing and how much she meant to you and turn it into a happy song? And the first thing that came out of my mouth is I was like, because when I knew that when grandma left, she was going to a happy place. And so the Bible says, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. So to me, that's how I can write a happy song about my grandma's passing. And I still tied it back to the fact that she still, to this day, those prayers that she prayed all those years ago are still leading and guiding me, keeping me every single day. The power of prayer cannot be underestimated. Well, so DJ has a question here. We'll take a few questions and then we'll peace out. About your song, are you wanting those instruments you suggested in Discord in sections or from start to finish? You know, I would just use your creative license and I can add in or remove whatever I'd like. Because sometimes when people just do what they want to do and I remove my hands from the project, it comes out a whole lot better than what I could have. If I try to dictate the whole thing, like I just said, for instance, I'd love to hear the mandolin, like the stabs come in on the second verse. The odd thing is there's no mandolin in this, but when I listen back to it, I hear a mandolin. It is crazy. I know I'm not crazy. Well, I am, but, some banjo would be awesome, or even banjotar. If you can't play a banjo, I'm wanting to get my hands on a banjotar again. But these are situations that, just use it at your discretion. In fact, what I've done is I've went ahead and posted in the Discord. Let me pull that up here real quick. I went ahead and posted in the Discord already the song itself without the vocals, because I was hoping that if anybody listened to it before this live stream, they wouldn't recognize that it was me that was singing it, because I was going to try to surprise you all with it, sort of unveil this. If you go down to the tab, let me pull this up here on the screen so y'all can see this. So if you go down to the tab here, let me get that out of the way. It is right. I know, I gotta remember how to do this. Yeah. Right here, open for collab. So if you go down to the tab right here, you'll see that I've posted the lyrics. It's A major at 87 BPMs. The file is in 24-bit, 44.1 sample rate. And I've actually included the bun file there, minus the vocals. So I could go back and actually include the vocals if you'd like. But I think now that you've heard the song, maybe it should give you a good introduction to that. If you're, if you got a hankering to join in, boys, I tell you what, son, you get up in there with some stinking mandolin. I'm telling you what, boys, you'll have me tore down like a screen door, son. You'll have me stinking more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I'll tell you what, boys, it'll be slick if you can get a banjo up in there. It'll be slicker than a minnow in a bowl full of butter. I'm telling you what, boys, it'll be good. So DJ's already grabbed the bun file. If you would prefer to have the vocals in the bun file, let me know. I can release those now that I've kind of let the cat out of the bag on this live stream. But what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to hopefully by the end of the month get this released, and I'm going to put that under my label and actually release a song this year, which I haven't done in a long time. And my son, who's getting he's getting really into like videography and photography and stuff, he's actually talking about he wants to make a music video to it. So that could be cool too. I might even have to, if you guys are obliged to, I might even have to have you guys send me like a cowboy hat. That could go so many directions. People be like, what in the world has happened to this guy? So yeah, that's the song, Grandma's Prayers. Thank you guys so much for hopping on today. I am going to go ahead and, even while we're here now, I'm going to go ahead and jump on here and export the version that has the vocals in it with the bun file. And I will put that into the Discord. DJ says, I have a bunch of cowboy hats. Well, I have a small head, DJ, and by the way that you operate this chat, I would say you probably got a pretty big brain, which means you probably got a pretty big head. I don't know if they would fit me, or is it one size fits all? I don't know about these cowboy hats. I don't know anything about them. You're gonna have to school me on the cowboy hats things. Oh, I forgot. I gotta freeze these because I am using addictive drums. I gotta freeze these drums, so that's gonna take a minute. So with that being said, I will have that posted in the Discord chat here momentarily, and we will be able to. I would say I'm gonna give it like a 2-week window. I don't want to push it out too far, so I would say let's just say by August is when I need to have the last of the submissions in. And then that way I can release it towards like the middle of August, or the second week of August would be great. Around like August 5th, something like that would be awesome. So if you're wanting to be involved, that would be cool. All right. So, as soon as this all gets exported, we should be good to go. But until then, we got a Wheel of Awesomeness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Old DJ thought I was going to miss the Wheel of Awesomeness. Little did he know I already had it queued up and ready to go. Let's spin this bad boy. I'm gonna spin you forever. All right, we got a little bit of trivia. It's getting wild up in here. All right. I'm gonna pull something out of my hat here. Okay. What was the name of Johnny Cash's band? Okay, we're gonna do some country music trivia. Johnny Cash is probably, he's like that crossover. He's country, but he is country, but he's not, but he is. I don't know. What was the name of Johnny Cash's band? All right. Thank you, by the way, for 12 likes. I appreciate that. I think at our peak, we had 10 viewers, and somehow I have 12 likes. So I don't know if someone's like logging in with a different account and liking it again, but that's cool. Oh, Tim Conley. Very, very close. DJ Big Red 81 nailed it. The answer is the Tennessee 3. Loose Change. Ooh. Seems like I've heard of Loose Change before. Who was that? I'm not sure. That little bit of glitching sound that you're hearing right now, if you are hearing that, that's those tracks. That's those tracks being froze right now. So let's give some shout outs to some individuals. These are individuals who within the past week or two have subscribed to the channel. So thank you so much, Max Ugly. That's your name. Okay. Craig Wilson, Clay's Brandt, 𝗵𝗀 𝗬𝗏𝗂 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗂𝗏. Watch out, guys. We got some of the family in here. They're going to make me an offer I can't refuse. Old 𝗬𝗏𝗂 𝗧𝗵𝗲. We also got Dror Rothstein. Wow. DGA Project. And 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲. So we've got people from all over the planet that subscribed here lately. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock. We greatly appreciate everything that you guys are doing. And so yeah, that will conclude today's live stream. Like I said, I'm going to be having the bun file with the vocals included in the Discord chat. If you listened to that song a minute ago and you'd like to lay something down, I wish I had the funds to pay individuals for that. I don't, so that might be a deal breaker. If you don't want to take the time to do something that is for the free, that's going to be in gratis, I totally understand. And I'm not asking anybody to do something that if you don't have time, I wouldn't do. But if you want to jump on, you want to have some fun with this, and have a feature on the song, which you will be included in the credits of having been on the song in whatever capacity that you do. And by the way, whatever you do, make sure that you remind me or put it in the chat, like, hey, it's me, I've done slide guitar. Hey, it's me, I've done mandolin. Or hey, it's me, I've sang alongside you, or whatever it might be. Let me know. And if you can find a female backup singer that can help with these backup vocals, I think that would be awesome too. Just throwing that out there. I've got a lot of ideas, but I don't work in the country music genre. I do listen to, like Randy Travis's Worship and Faith album is amazing. I listen to that all the time. I know I don't like country, but I like, shut up, guys. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So, okay, I've got that exported now. And what I will do is I'll go ahead and drop that into the Discord right now, actually. But yeah, thank you all so much for hopping on today and for just being awesome like you guys normally are. And if at any time you need anything from me, and by need anything, I mean, like, if you need some guidance, if you need some prayer, please do not hesitate to reach out and say, hey, this is going on in my life, and I would love for you to help me pray about it. I have definitely witnessed the power of prayer on more than one occasion, and would love to, I would be honored to help you pray for whatever need it might be. Okay, so this one's going to be named differently because, well, here, I'll just go ahead and change the name now so that it doesn't get mixed up here. Grandma's Prayers with Vox. Okay. Let's go ahead and rename this one as well. Drop that into my old Google Drive. All right, and then we'll be good. And I will go ahead and put this in the open for collab here just momentarily. And I'll be looking forward to anything and everything you guys throw at it. I can't say that I will use absolutely everything, but if it's tasteful and if it's something I feel like it's going to add to the song, I'd be more than happy to throw it in there. It looks like our good friend 𝗵𝗅 is playing some Fortnite. Or his grandson, as he got on there, is playing some Fortnite. For whatever reason, the Discord chat decided to tell me that. Yeah. Okay, so we've got one of two files uploaded right now. But yeah, thank you all so much for hopping on, for being awesome. What's DJ saying here? Smythical Proportions Music, what is up? Yeah, we're just about to end this. Tim Conley, I was off by 1. Yeah. Robert, I have a few session singers I work with. I'll connect with you on Discord later to find out exactly what you're wanting and see what we can do to help. Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. Well, good night to all. Once again, love and appreciate you all, and I'm so happy that you were able to join me today. If you were not, you can always go back and rewatch this stream. Make sure that you give it a like, share it with individuals, share what's going on in the community. If you have not recently checked out the two most recent videos, the 𝗖𝗍 Multimedia's ARC software, I did a sort of a 3-month follow-up on that. Go and check that out. I also just covered a piano that was sent to me by a company called 𝗠𝗶𝘅. It's a fully weighted 88 key piano. It's very affordable. It comes with free shipping, and you can get 7% off of that if you use the link that's in the description of my video. That will also help out the channel a little bit. If you're looking for a good keyboard, I actually offsetted the sounds of the keyboard itself by plugging it into Cakewalk and used addictive keys, and it sounded amazing. Absolutely amazing. So go and check that out. And just for those of you who may be asking, like, why are you covering these cheap pianos and cheap guitars and cheap this stuff all the time? So 9 times out of 10, it would be easier for me to turn down these offers and say, no, that's really not going to be very beneficial to me. It's not going to be very beneficial to my audience because, you know, most of these individuals, they already have these instruments or whatnot. But in the course of me reviewing these, I also get access to having them for free. And then I, in turn, turn around and give these to people. So once I do my review, unless it's something that I absolutely have to have and I love it, I want to keep it, 9 times out of 10, it's getting given away to individuals who can't afford an instrument that are going to use that for worship. So it's part of the ministry that I've been involved with now for a few years, which actually we just got a shout out on 𝗧𝗏. 𝗧𝗏 actually did an interview with the founder, Don Cherry, and he mentioned me in there and said that he's been doing this for several years now, where we take instruments that are in disrepair. They've been tossed into the garbage sometimes even, and we fix them up, we get them playing again, and then we give them to individuals that can't afford those instruments that are going to use them for the service of the Lord. So it's called Strings with Wings. If you get a chance, they do have a website, stringswithwings.org. You can go and donate there, or if you just want to check out what that's all about, I will try to pull that up here on the let's see, Strings with Wings. I think it's .org. Well, here I'm like, they've got a website, but I'm not seeing it. Let's see here. Strings with Wings. Well, where are they at? Interesting. Maybe their website's currently being worked on. I'm not sure. Anywho, that's what that is all about. So if you're asking yourself, like, why does he keep reviewing these cheap instruments? Some of them actually sound really good. Some of them are iffy. And I'm very honest about that in my reviews. I let people know that it's not worth it. If it is, then I let people know that it is. But for the most part, that's the main reason why I'm doing that, is so that I can, in some way, shape, or form, give those to individuals who need them. All right. So I can't seem to find the Strings with Wings website right now for whatever reason. Oh, hold on. I think we're on to something. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's their Facebook profile. So that will take you to their Facebook page. I just posted that in the chat. And then I think the website is on here. Maybe not. But you can kind of see Don's work, and let's see here. Yeah, he's got a few things posted on here of some of the work that he's done. And the cool thing is too, like he teaches people how to refurbish the guitars themselves too, if they're interested. So that way, yeah, like here's a picture of him teaching like 17 people in his living room. Has shipped guitars all over the world, as well as pianos and organs and if you keep scrolling, I'm sure that somewhere down through here you'll even find a picture of me. Okay, I'm going back into, I'm reminiscing now. All right, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for showing up today. God bless each and every one of you. Love you all. And bye-bye.